it comes down to I've got to pass this guy, for the win, for the world, the world championship. Hi, my name is Ryan Hardwick. I race in the FIA World Endurance Championship for Manthey Porsche. I'm a defending European Le Mans Series champion. Won the Rolex 24 in Daytona and the 12 Hours of Sebring, among other races. My epic racing story happened in my very first year of competitive car racing. It was in the Lamborghini Super Trofeo Championship in North America. I had a big battle with one main competitor. The two of us were either winning our class almost every race, so we were consistently battling all season long. I ended up finishing the national championship in second place to this competitor. I lost the national title. And we go on to compete at the World Finals, which in this year was in Imola in Italy. And so it was my first time racing internationally. And I'm also competing not only against those same guys from North America, but we were competing against guys from the European series of Super Trofeo as well as the Asian series of Super Trofeo. So I believe in my class, there was approximately 30 some odd drivers in my amateur division, and all coming together from all around the world. And we got to qualifying for the World Finals, and that was my first time I qualified on pole. And I qualified on pole over all the drivers in my category, from all over the world. So that was a huge, probably my biggest achievement at that point in my racing career. So I'm starting on pole position for the World Finals. In my very first World Finals race, I've got 30 some odd guys all behind me leading into the first turn. And I actually was really blessed that my teammate on my same team was starting right next to me in second position. We were both drove on the same team from North America. We knew each other very well. He was a super fast, great driver. He's actually from Japan, but we raced together in North America. And we felt very confident going into the race, starting 1 and 2. My competitor that I was going against was starting a couple rows behind me. I can't remember exactly. He was on like the third or fourth row. So I felt really good. I should be able to get out to the lead, control the race, and I'm in front of the guy, I really needed to beat.
Is it going to be Ryan Hardwick or Yuki Hirata to lead? What about Mato Konopka, who's been very impressive in the race yesterday? He starts third on the grid. He's got Manuel Lauk alongside him. The cars now slowly make their way up towards the lights, which are red at the moment. They will go green. And
so the green flag, we're barreling into the first turn. My teammate gets, a little bit of a jump on me, but I have the inside, and I held my line, man. I sent it into the first turn on the inside. I make the apex. I'm turning and exiting. This is turn 1, mind you.
The championship decider in the world final for the AMS and the Lamborghini Cup drivers is underway. A good start is made by Hardwick then from the inside line of the front row. He takes pole position to the race lead as they dive towards Tamburello for the first time. Yuki Hirata goes second. Manuel Lauk goes third, and a spin. Hardwick, he's going to get clobbered, is he? Hirata gets into the side of him. Others get caught up. Some go left, some go right. There's a spinner further round the shot.
And my teammate locks his brakes and comes bumping into my rear and spinning us both off the track in turn 1. And you talk about going from hero to zero in a split second. I went from leading the race for all of one straightaway to now spinning out with my teammate, and the whole 30 some odd car field passes us in turn 1. And now I find myself rejoining. My car didn't have much damage, just a little damage in the rear. And we're in last and next to last in this entire field. And I mean, the World Finals, it's kind of like make it or break it. You get one shot. And man, I put my head down, and it was one of my best races, that I've ever had. I was able to work my way through the entire field. It's about a 45-minute race, I believe, is the total duration. And I've worked my way through the whole field, and I'm getting up towards the top 5 or so. And who do I see a little ways up the track but my main competitor, this guy that, I battled all year long in North America with. It comes down to I've got to pass this guy, for the win, for the world, the world championship. And I want to say it was 2 laps to go when had this crazy incident happen. But he, on the final turn of the lap, he went wide, he pushed wide, trying to pass another competitor, and he got off in the gravel. And man, I thought, this is my moment, man. This is where I'm getting him. So I got a good run in that final corner. And out of my peripheral vision in the corner of my eye, this guy, he did not get stuck in the gravel. He is wide open, and he is trying to come back onto the track and rejoin. But I thought in my mind, I'm like, I got plenty of space. I got plenty of time. I'm going to make it safely around.
Fancies his chances of getting another spot out of this. And wide in the background goes Perez, elbowed out by Mishkowski. He comes across the road and hits Hardwick, who goes off at very high speed into the wall. Big impact, 2 cars off. That's going to be potentially a stoppage. Never mind just a safety car as they have to try and pick their way through the debris. So Ryan Hardwick, who had that big impact with Perez and then a second impact into the barrier, opens the door. But the former jet ski world champion, a little bit winded and a bit shaken. And what a very disappointing way to end what had been a very lively race.
Well, I thought wrong. he gained traction, and when his car finally made it back to the racing tarmac, man, he grabbed traction and he shot across the track. It was a super dangerous move that he literally came directly across the track and I was the first car coming, and I tried to avoid it, but I hit him pretty much like a T. My nose into the front of his car, the front left side of his car, and it shot my car airborne. I mean, I flew this Lamborghini Super Trofeo racing car straight up in the air. It was a very dramatic crash on television. I thought for a second I could go backwards because all I saw was sky. I just saw blue sky. But I was able, the car did land on all 4 wheels, broke all the suspension, straight into the tire wall, and done. Over. And man, I was devastated. I was kind of the fastest guy there all weekend, pole position, all the way to the back of the grid, to all the way back up to the front, passing everyone, to then have this really dramatic crash with my, arch nemesis rival in the series. And that was year 2017. And man, I left that World Finals thinking, this probably isn't the sport for me. I mean, I come so close. I worked so hard, and everything can change in a split second in this sport. When everything's going well, you can get tapped going into turn 1 and spun around. You can have a guy out of control rejoining the track, cut right in front of you. Everything could happen. So I was really down on myself. Didn't know if I was going to really continue to invest the time in the training and the effort in this sport when a lot can happen out of your control. But did some soul searching, decided to, come back, give it another shot the next year. I had to move up a division and up a category, and the next year was an amazing year. I mean, I was dominant in the following year. In 2018, I came back to win the national championship in North America, and then I also went back to the World Finals. That year was still in Italy, but at Vallelunga.
A highlight of the Lamborghini Squadra Corse season is the World Final that brings together the best drivers from the regional championships, the North American, the Asian, and the European. And this is where the World Final will be decided. That
super competitive that year. A lot of fast guys from Europe. I was kind of the quickest guy from North America. I qualified for the first race in 4th or 5th. I can't remember exactly, but there were several guys a little quicker than me in qualifying. Had a good first race, passed a few guys clean. I remember I finished the first race on the podium in 3rd place, but 2 guys did beat me. So I went into the second race. I get to now start 3rd, and these 2 guys that beat me, I have to beat them, and also hope that maybe there's a few in between us to win the championship.
The lights on red will change in a moment to get the race underway. It's a little bit untidy in mid-grid. Damon Occhi makes the best start as they break the beam and go down towards the Curva Grande for the first time. Damon Occhi it is then that's up front. Second is Ryan Hardwick, and up the inside line to go 3rd. Raffaele Giannoni. Your car here, that of Scholzer and Lauk. Up towards the completion of the lap they come. Ryan Hardwick really only needs to be ahead of Scholzer to ensure that the World Final is his. He can just concentrate on attacking for the race lead. Down towards Torrentino. They come, and Hardwick has a look on the inside. Can't quite do it. not quite close enough, and that means also, because that move didn't work, he comes out a little bit further behind up towards the S's. Now, how much longer will they battle, or are they going to come to the pit lane this time? In a sense, Hardwick should get out of the traffic, and he does. He comes in. So Oki now leading. Up into second place is David Pittard. Third on the road is Cedric Lima. Cameron Castles is fourth. Ongebard is fifth, and Dai Yoshihara is sixth at the moment. Hardwick, there he is. So Damon Oki has kept the lead. He's kept track position, intriguingly, even though the pit stop should have been 3 seconds longer than that of Lauk and Scholzer. He stayed ahead, which either means that that was a pit stop that was a bit short, or it was a slow pit stop, a bad pit stop from the Dur Motorsport team. Now, when the window closes, as the leaders overlap, and Scholzer's car with Lauk at the wheel is about to try to make the move for the race lead. It's going to go through, is it? Oki gets forced out up the curb. Hardwick tries to buy into it on the inside line. Oki keeps the race lead coming through Semaphore. Hardwick tries to get up on the inside at that hairpin. It's the outside line for the next corner. And Manuel Lauk hangs on to second place, but you can see the commitment being put in by all three of them now. Great drive by Damon Oki to withstand the pressure, and Ryan Hardwick wins the world final, comes across the line in third. It's a tie on points, but with better qualifying laps, so Ryan Hardwick will be the winner.
And I won the world championship in a higher division category that year. But yeah, I'll never forget that day as long as I live. Hopefully, I don't think my family, my boys, my father, I know never will. But yeah, it was an important day for not only me but my whole family.
Man, it's hard to describe. It is hard to describe. I never thought I would have a feeling like this. First, I got to thank, there's so many people that go into racing like this. My team, Dream Racing Motorsport, they have been an amazing team. They were the first people that ever got me in a car. I never raced a car in my entire life. If it wasn't for Enrico Bertaglia Otto and all the people at Dream Racing, my driver coach Davide Amaduzzi, they were literally the first people that ever got me into a car, which was a Super Trofeo, and I can't believe I'm here. It's only 2 years ago, and I'm here, and man, I just can't thank them enough. I can't thank my family. My wife is here, my parents, and my little boys at home. They couldn't be here, but this win was for them. And I've got 2 other little boys looking down on me, and yeah, this win's for them.
I'm sure they're so proud of you. Chris is standing side, smiling ear to ear, as you should be. Congratulations. You deserved it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I was able to come back from almost quitting, almost giving up the sport, to coming back and winning the world championship the very next year. And I'm glad I did, because now I find myself, I've stuck with it. I've won some of the world's greatest races, and now I'm competing in the World Endurance Championship at the highest level of our sport at races like the 24 Hours of Le Mans. So yeah, that was my epic racing story.